In the headlines, ISWAP kills 3 in Borno as troops kill 10 terrorists, rescues 14 in Mina. Uniban students protest over ASU strike. Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi declares presidential ambition. And on the foreign scene, EU calls for Russian oil ban as Moscow strikes Western Ukraine. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Dashan Hussaina Usman. Now the news in full. The Islamic State of West African Province killed 3 people in Kautakari ward of Chibok local government area on Wednesday, while the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres was paying a courtesy visit to the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum at the government house in Maiduguri. The terrorists have attacked the village countless times within the past 5 months, according to a Chibok resident. The attack, according to the villagers, started around 6 p.m., forcing the villagers to take cover in nearby Sambisa forest where the terrorists camped. The attack occurred almost the same time as the UN Secretary General was visiting Borno State for an on-the-spot assessment of the level of damage done by Boko Haram insurgency in Borno. The Niger State Commissioner for Local Government and Internal Security, Emmanuel Umar, has confirmed the killings of no fewer than 10 bandits in Uregi village in Rafi local government area of the state on Monday. 7 motorcycles belonging to the bandits, including arms, were also recovered from the bandits. The commissioner, in a statement in Mina, the state capital, also said 14 kidnapped victims were rescued during the operation by the Joint Security Task Force in the area. It disclosed that the bandits had wanted to disrupt the peaceful Eid al-Fitr celebration when the Joint Task Force launched an onslaught on Kawa and Uregi villages. Meanwhile, some local hunters employed by the Shiroro Local Government Council of Niger State to complement the efforts of the security agents in the area in the ongoing war against gunmen have been arrested for allegedly stealing some cows which were recovered from the bandits. An explosion has killed 2 persons at a flow station in the oil-producing community of Izombe in Ogwata, local government area of Imo State. The explosion occurred in the early hours of Wednesday at the facility operated by Adax Petroleum Development Nigeria Limited. Michael Abatam, the police public relations officer in Imo, confirmed the incident. He explained that the Commissioner of Police in Imo has drafted the command's anti-bomb unit as well as some operatives of the command to the area to prevent any breakdown of law and order. An eyewitness in the community also disclosed to media sources that 2 persons affected in the explosion were carriers of the bomb. There is a palpable shock and an uneasy calm among residents in the bustling and thriving neighborhood of Ebute Metta following the building collapse that left 10 people dead. Sympathizers still crowded the area, speaking in hushed tones about the incident that has left many devastated. Reports say 5 persons are still receiving treatment at various hospitals for injuries sustained in the collapse. Scavengers thronged the site of the collapsed building to pick up metals and other scraps from the scene. It is still unclear when the debris will be cleared. Students of the University of Benin, Edo State on Wednesday protested against the ongoing strike action of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. On Tuesday, students equally protested around the University of Ibadan, Oyo State, calling for immediate reopening of public universities across Nigeria. In Uniban, the students who protested around the university's gate and its environs had cleared what they called Uni Street. meaning that Nigerian students will now be taking lectures on the streets, with some of them acting as lecturers, all in a bid to protest school closure. The strike action of the lecturers, which is entering its 4th month, has left public universities shut since its inception, following the lectures' demands, which the federal government had allegedly not met. ASU had accused the government of poor commitment of the payment of earned academic allowance, the continued use of the integrated personnel payroll information system, and refusal to adopt the university's transparency and accountability solution, among others.
Streets. Yes, if we cannot learn at the four walls of the university, we can learn here. This is Ring Road, the art of Benin. We are trying to learn at the four walls of the university. This and yet, that's fine. So is it that they say that the classroom or we occupy the streets? And we want to help our parents and beg them also. If they don't hope, if they don't conclude this strike, there is no election. Enough is enough. This country has messed up the life of the youth. We will not be losers. We will not be losers. It's either in the class or in the streets. They should choose one.
In politics, Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum and Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi says tackling these current security challenges in the country would require aggressive recruitment of security personnel. Governor Fayemi, who spoke on the sidelines of his declaration to run for presidency of the country, is advocating decentralization of the nation's power grid for enhanced efficiency. We'll bring you details of this report in our subsequent bulletin. Moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari Tuesday night received the national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, at his residence in the presidential villa in Abuja. Although details of the meeting were not available as of the time of filing this report, Daily Trust learned that the former governor of Lagos State might have visited the president because of his absence on April 26, when the nation's #1 man hosted APC leaders, including the party's national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, to iftar dinner at the State House.
Maria, the more the king, the more challenging it becomes for you to think deeply, focus on issues, and be ready to serve Nigeria. It's all about service. It's all about service. It's nothing else. Think wisely, get committed to your thinking, and serve the nation, and bring progress and prosperity to the lives of Nigerians. It's good for the country, for so many of us to aspire to want to lead. We are not abandoning our nation. But there's only one chair and one possibility. We are sure that we will remain united. You know our symbol is broom. You don't break it as you go. Nigeria required commitment and the uniform system and a stable country. And that is the only way we can be very proud of Nigeria. It is. And the president has shown a great example of leadership, gave us the freedom to say, oh, you want to run, you want to attempt? No, go ahead. He's a Democrat. And if you are running constitutional democracy, you don't hinder the desire, the wish of other people.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. Kano residents witnessed Durbar Festival. Do stay with us.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back and thanks for staying. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that ISWAP kills 3 in Borno as troops kill 10 terrorists, rescues 14 in Mina. We also told you that Uniban students protest over ASU's strike. On health, the National Senior Citizens Center has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Primary Health Care Development Agency on achieving integrated care for older persons in the country. Director General of the National Senior Citizens Center, Mr. M.M. Omokaro, says with the multi-partnership achieved, there will now be a robust and inclusive healthcare delivery model for senior citizens in Nigeria across the tiers of government. A statement by the head public affairs, media and communication of the National Senior Citizens Center, Omini Oden, assured that renewed care for senior citizens is key to reducing morbidity rates among the elderly in the country. The statement added that the chairman, Forum of Executive Secretaries of State Primary Healthcare Development Agencies, also endorsed the Memorandum of Understanding on behalf of the states. Thousands of Kano residents have turned out to witness the annual Durbar Festival, which is part of activities marking Eid al-Fitr celebrations in the state. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin said Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, district heads and other traditional title holders led the procession held at the Emir's Palace in Kofar Kudu in Kano. The report.
Kano is again on a fast lane. It is celebration time, and the people of Kano know exactly how to celebrate. This year's Durbar in Kano is unique for several reasons. First, the month of Ramadan has been peaceful owing to improved security situation in the state. Then Kano has a new emir leading the Durbar for the 3rd time since his coronation. Therefore, they stormed the palace, while the emir rode out his troops to the streets of Kano. It is Hawandoshe Durbar, a world-class traditional entertainment, relentless in its motion, splendid in its color, breathtaking horsemanship, and royal in its presentation.
It was great. Yeah, very memorable. Something unique to Nigeria. I think more people should see and be aware of.
This is my first ever visit to Nigeria, and it's been one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And I think it's fabulous that there's such strong tradition and heritage and culture in Nigeria.
Hawan Daushe holds a day after Salah. It is always time-bound, beginning at sunset, ending at 6 p.m. In Hawan Daushe, the Emir and his train traditionally pay homage to the King Mother, not far from the palace. Thereafter, the Emir marched to the palace to receive homage from his royal train and from the people of Kano. During this occasion, firing of Dane guns by the Emir's royal guards is among the special homage for the Emir laid by the prominent royal servant known as Maitapari, the King's chief gunman. Thousands of Kano residents, including the state governor Abdullahi Ganduje, top government officials and foreign diplomats attended the Durbar.
Well, I think the Kano Durbar is a fantastic spectacle. So much color, so much pomp, so much pageantry. And you know, Kano is always number one. Kano, Durbar, Birni, Megala, the golden good Dutse.
We've seen it all. It's fantastic. And that is why we created additional Emirate Council. What you saw today, this evening, took place all over the other 4 Emirate Councils. So it is fantastic. It is very interesting.
Hawan Daushe is one segment of the several Durbars in Kano. As the celebration continues, so the Durbar. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Still in the spirit of Eid al-Fitr celebrations, Muslims and non-Muslims were hosted at a Salah feast tagged Eid Milad. Nafisa Bello, who witnessed the event, reports that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat in Benin City says it is a way of promoting interfaith harmony and peaceful coexistence. The report.
At the Salah feast tagged Eid Milad, held at the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Mosque in Benin City, Muslims and non-Muslims came together in the spirit of Eid al-Fitr celebration. Addressing the guest, Alhaji Sule Egwa said the event is in line with the Prophet Muhammad's practice on how to relate with your neighbors, Muslims or non-Muslims.
I'm grateful for our neighbors here because they have shown us compassion, understanding, and sympathy. And we're giving our word that they came particularly to assist us. This is the condition of one. If every Nigerian community can live like this, both the Christians, the Muslims.
Speaking with newsmen on the essence of the get-together, the Imam, Maulvi Shahid Ahmed, said it is a way of accommodating people of different faith in the community in the name of Eid al-Fitr. While one of the invited guests, Apostle Aikwitain Osas, simply described the event as an amazing way of further promoting peaceful coexistence.
The reason we are here so that we should, establish the peace and harmony within our neighbor. And this is the fundamental doctrine which has been given to us by the Holy Founder of Islam, that whenever you are, trying to celebrate something, you should involve your neighbors. That is the way to establish the peace within the community. So on this ground, we have arranged this gathering so that our neighbors should come. We should, they sit together. We should know each other. And in future, whenever it is need to assist one another, so we can, they assist them.
Because coming together like this is to show oneness, to show love. Because according to their doctrine, it preaches about peace. Peace within your home, peace within your environment. And coming here to give, as part of our community, they've been able to reawaken the respect and love we have for their religion.
It is expected that with such hosting, the harmonious relationship between Muslims and non-Muslims resident in the area will be further strengthened. Nafisa Bello, Trust TV News, Benin.
In business, Central Bank of Nigeria has approved the sum of 2 billion naira to the Imo State government for the empowerment of artisans in the state. The Commissioner for Labor and Productivity, Ford Ozumba, disclosed this to newsmen on Tuesday in Owerri while announcing the Imo 2022 Entrepreneurial Product Expo in partnership with CBN. The commissioner said the Imo State government approached CBN and was considered qualified for the loan. He explained that artisans have an association working on the first Imo State Innovation and Entrepreneurial Exhibition, which is expected to commence on the 10th of May 2022 in Owerri. The Nigerian Communications Commission has confirmed issuance of the final letter of award of the 5th generation spectrum license to MTN and Mafab Communications. The two licenses emerged winners of the 3.5 gigahertz spectrum auction conducted by the Commission in December last year and are now expected to roll out 5G services from the 24th of August this year. The 5G network, when deployed, is expected to usher in accelerated growth in smart living in the country. Away from Nigeria, the European Union has proposed its toughest measures yet against Russia, including a total ban on oil imports and sanctions on war crime suspects. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the package was aimed at maximizing pressure on Russia while minimizing damage to Europe. Russian crude oil would be phased out within 6 months, she said. Military officers involved in suspected war crimes in Bucha and Mariupol would also face new sanctions. The EU has been focusing for weeks on how to wean itself of Russian oil and gas. It has also pledged to reduce gas imports by 2/3 by the end of 2022 and now plans to phase out crude oil over 6 months and refined products by the end of 2022.
Today, we will propose to ban all Russian oil from Europe. This will be a complete import ban on all Russian oil, seaborne and pipeline, crude and refined.
And finally, in sports, Tony Brooks, one of the defining Formula One drivers of the 1950s, has died aged 90. His daughter, Julia, announced his death on Tuesday. The Briton won 6 Grand Prix and narrowly missed out on the World Championship in 1959. Brooks, who had been the last surviving Formula One race winner of the 1950s, left a considerable mark on the sport. Between 1956 and 1959, he won 46% of the races he finished in an era when mechanical reliability was a significant feature in motorsport. Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali paid tribute to Brooks in a statement. And with this, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.